Jai Shri Krishna. Happy Tuesday. And the transit moon is now in Libra in Swati Nakshatra. Okay. So today I'm going to be talking about an important concept in Vedic astrology. And it is not explicitly written, but if you understand the book Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra by Maharishi Parashara, you can decode it. Okay, but you got to work with a guru to decode it. It's not easy. I am happy and blessed to have a guru who has helped me with many things in Vedic astrology to decode and understand and interpret. That is one of the reason in Hinduism a guru is such an important thing. So the topic today is going to be from BPHS again. It's Mahadasha Lord indirect strength. What is he saying? Direct strength, indirect strength, and I'll explain. Okay. All right. First thing is you have to wear your hat whether you know yourself you are a team A ascendant or a team B ascendant. If you are a team A ascendant, you will fall into Aries, Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Pisces, the 6 lagnas or the rising sign. And typically, ideally, you want to get a Mahadasha sequence of Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter. All right, this is the sequence. Okay. Next, right? Next is if you are team B ascendant as a lagna, which is Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Because it's team B, you want to get the right Mahadasha sequence, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Ketu, Venus. Okay. Now, at some point, right? And by the way, before I go next topic or next point, team A, if you're a team A ascendant, you have team B planets, right? Mercury, Saturn, Venus. Keep aside Rahu for a minute. Mercury, Saturn, Venus, you have 3 team B planets. Their best placement should be 3, 6, 10, 11. Upachaya, friendly Rashis from the Lagna. 3, 6, 10, 11. Friendly Rashis, not exalted, or you don't want for an Aries ascendant Mercury in 3rd or 6th, because 3rd is own and 6th is exaltation Rashi. You don't want Mercury to be strong. 10 or 11 is better. Okay. Same thing, right? You don't want Venus to be strong. You don't want Saturn to be strong. Saturn best placement would be 6th house. 6th house. 10 and 11 becomes his own and Mula Trikona Rashi. So you don't want Saturn there. See how and all I'm saying. Right? So team B ascendant. You want all the team A planets 3, 6, 10, 11 friendly Rashi from Lagna. Suppose if you're a Libra ascendant, if you put Jupiter in the 3rd house, that's his own Rashi. You don't want that. It's also Marana Karakasthana. You put 6th house Jupiter. Again, it's a 3rd house is his own house and Mula Trikona house. Plus, it's Marana Karakasthana. You don't want Mula Trikona. 6th is Pisces, which is his own house. You don't want him. 10th is Exaltation Rashi. You don't want it. 11th is where you want him to be. Okay, so similarly, you can place all the planets 3, 6, 10, 11 of for a Libra ascendant, and same thing for all the team. For all the team B ascendants, team A planets, you can place all of them accordingly. Okay. Same thing. I'll give another example. Capricorn ascendant. Okay, Capricorn ascendant, 3rd house, if you see, will be again Jupiter house. You don't want. 6th is, which is Pisces. 6th is also a problem. Exaltation Rashi. Sorry, 6th is Gemini. 6th is not, 6th is a problem. My mistake, because it's an endemical Rashi you don't want. 10th is Libra. 11th is Scorpio. 11th is the best placement. Okay, 11th is the best placement, if you ask me. So my point is, team A ascendant, you want all the team B planets in 3, 6, 10, 11 friendly Rashi and vice versa. This is all ideal, correct? And of course, you always want to get the right Mahadasha and the Mahadasha sequence at the right age also. Age is also important. This is where the ideal rule comes in, everything fits in, and that person becomes a king status. You see? Okay. Now, what if scenarios comes into play? Watch the video till the end and see if this is in your chart. That's a blessing. Okay, what if scenario? Suppose if you're a Cancer ascendant or a Leo ascendant, okay, you should not get Saturn Mahadasha. You shouldn't. No. Ask any Cancer ascendant or a Leo ascendant. Ask anybody you want. Let one person say, not person to person itself say, oh, Saturn Mahadasha is excellent. They won't. This is the fact. That means they are not Cancer or Leo. That's all I can tell you. They are probably Gemini or Virgo, the neighbors. That's all. The time is wrong. The Lagna is wrong. But that's a fact. So we'll take example Cancer ascendant. Okay. Saturn is 7th and 8th lord. You have to understand again Vedic astrology by light. Light. Cancer and Leo are light houses. Saturn is dark and they're inimical to each other. Sun and Saturn inimical. Moon at least doesn't consider Saturn as the enemy, but Saturn considers Moon as the enemy, and Moon's blocking planet is Saturn. Okay? All right. Saturn is 7th and 8th lord for a Cancer ascendant. Right? Even if you are a Cancer ascendant, okay, you want Saturn to be with strength, but indirectly, not directly. What is the difference between direct and indirect? I'll tell you. Direct strength, Cancer ascendant, Saturn sitting in the 7th, which is his own Rashi. Right? Own Rashi. Sitting in the 7th. That is a problem. He's a Maraka, sitting in the own Rashi. Even though it's a Kendra and Malefics get some strength, but it's a malefic Rashi, malefic planet, and he gets strength. You don't want him to be there. You don't want Saturn to be exalted in Libra and Swati Nakshatra for a Cancer ascendant. You don't want sitting right there in the 4th house, 10th aspect will come to the Lagna. Problem. Sitting in the 7th, he will aspect the Lagna. It's a problem. Okay, so then what does indirect strength mean? I'll explain. Okay, now you want Saturn to be with strength indirect and also dignification. Dignification means somewhere Jupiter aspecting, full moon, Venus, something coming into play. You want. So Saturn placement. See, Saturn owns 2 houses, 8th and 7th. 8th is really a little bit more difficult and challenging than 7th. 7th is a Kendra, but it's a Marka. So best placement for Saturn is 6, 8, 12 to the 8th house, which is Lagna, 3rd house and 7th house. Best placement, typically. But ideally, you don't get all this, correct? But wherever Saturn goes, it's a problem. Doesn't matter. Where even the 1st house he goes is a problem. 3rd house he goes is a problem. 7th house he goes is a problem. There is an important yoga called Parivardhana Yoga that helps with indirect strength. And I will do a separate video on Parivardhana Yoga at some point soon. Okay, Parivardhana is a yoga. First understand what is a yoga, what is a dosha. Yoga means combination. It will help you. Dosha means something bringing you down. Simple. Okay. So Parivardhana Yoga, think about ex-Prime Minister of India. She got Indira Gandhi. She got 3 Parivardhana Yogas. Cancer ascendant, Moon in Capricorn. Okay. Saturn in Lagna. So Saturn and Moon Parivardhana Yoga. 1st and 7th Lord. Okay. Second Parivardhana Yoga is between second house she's got Mars and Leo, and 5th house she's got Sun. Mars and Sun Parivardhana Yoga. Second. Third Parivardhana Yoga. She's got Venus in the 6th house and Jupiter in the 11th. Venus and Jupiter Parivardhana Yoga. So she's got maximum 3 Parivardhana Yogas possible. She's got all the 3 Parivardhana Yogas. Okay. So In a Parivartana Yoga, I always give this example, and it's actually a true example. When I was a child, I was very playful. I hardly studied. Okay. And when I was growing up in India, when my dad's car used to come, right, there used to be a first honk. First honk for the two gates to be opened, or he has to open the gate manually, right? The first honk will typically come to see if there's anybody available. So I'll be playing. I'll be playing. I won't be studying. And because he comes evening like 8, 8:30, immediately what happens is, as the honk comes, I'll go to the room. I'll make sure I start studying. Because I think I've read my dad very well, right? So what I used to do is, if I'm in the first page of the book, when he comes in, he'll catch me. He knows that I've just started studying. So I'll have to go to the 20th, 30th page, so that I've been studying for the last half an hour or 1 hour. That is me. I was being playful. That's a fact. Okay. The important point is, when I'm going back to my room to study, my servant, my maid, nobody will be there. If they are there in that room, watch all my wording, what I'm saying. If they are in my room already, or they're around me, they will tell my dad somehow to get a good name from my dad. So when I'm there, nobody will be in my room. Because when I usually go out, I lock my room, right? And I come into my room so that nobody comes to my room. And of course, I will just close the door so that my dad can come in. This is Parivartana Yoga. Till my dad is coming, I'm playing. The minute my dad comes, I go to my study room and start studying. And in that room, nobody is there. Important. Same thing is Parivardhana. Parivardhana Yoga will only happen during the Mahadasha, Antardasha changes. So, for example, let's come back. Example, Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, for a Cancer ascendant. Let's say Jupiter is sitting in 7th, debilitated in Capricorn. Saturn is sitting 9th in Pisces. They both are Parivardhana between 7th and 9th. So during the Mahadasha of Jupiter or Mahadasha of Saturn, or Antardasha of Jupiter or Antardasha of Saturn, Jupiter will go to Pisces, Saturn will come to Capricorn. This is indirect strength. This is indirect strength. Okay. So when the Saturn Mahadasha starts, right, Saturn will come back to Capricorn, 7th house, and will run the Mahadasha. And he'll be sitting 12th to the 8th house Aquarius. He's moved away, safe. You see? Also, if that Saturn is somehow retrograde in the birth chart, he can give some good karaka results, provided he's dignified by Venus or Mercury. Venus, Mercury, more than Mercury, Venus or Moon. Okay, dignification of Venus or a moon, a full moon. Full moon. Okay, I said Mercury, but I'll take back Mercury. It's Venus or a full moon. The best planet to dignify Saturn is Jupiter. But if you see, he's got Parivardhana between a 9th Lord who is beneficial to the Lagna. That is the point. And he's also a benefic, great benefic. All right. Let's look at the next example. Saturn is a bad planet for Cancer ascendant, but Jupiter is a good planet for a Cancer ascendant. Okay. Next, we look at Team B ascendant. Take Gemini ascendant. If you're a Gemini ascendant, you shouldn't get that 16 years of Jupiter Mahadasha. You shouldn't. What happens if you get Jupiter Mahadasha? So for a Gemini ascendant, Jupiter is 7th Lord and 10th Lord, giving Kendradipati dosha. Saturn placement is so important for a Gemini or a Virgo ascendant. Saturn placement, very important. Okay. Say if Saturn is conjunct with Jupiter, excellent. Excellent. Okay, Saturn conjunct with Jupiter. Don't even worry. Wherever Saturn sits, wherever Jupiter sits, Saturn should be sitting very close in that 1 to 2 degree mark. That Jupiter Mahadasha, somehow that it'll be okay. Okay, Not great, okay, but will survive. Now, what happens if Saturn is in conjunct with Jupiter is the next question. Okay, suppose if the Jupiter is in Parivartana Yoga. Let's say Mercury. Mercury is the Lagna Lord, Jupiter is the 7th Lord and 10th Lord, Mercury is the Lagna and 4th. Suppose Jupiter is in the Lagna. Jupiter is in the Lagna and Mercury is in the 7th. So 1st and 7th Parivartana Yoga here. Jupiter in Gemini Lagna, Mercury in Sagittarius 7th house, 1st and 7th. So in Jupiter Mahadasha, Jupiter will come back to the 7th house, Sagittarius, and will run the Mahadasha. So here Saturn should be sitting. Like I explained before, right? There is my servant or nobody maid, nobody will be in my room for me. But in this case, Saturn should be sitting here. Okay, waiting for the Jupiter to come. Because the Rashi will be dignified straight away. If Saturn is not sitting, that means that Jupiter at least should be Vakra. The Jupiter should be Vakra, retrograde. Okay, you see, what is the summary? What is the learning? The best is to have the right Mahadasha sequence based on your Lagna and at the right age. Team A, Team B. Regardless, you want all the 9 planets to be with strength. If you are a Team A planet, if you are a Team A ascendant, you want Team A planets to be with more strength. If you are a Team B ascendant, you want Team B planets to be more strength than Team A planets. That's it. Okay. Another example. Saturn is debilitated, let's say, for a Cancer ascendant. Cancer ascendant, Saturn in the 10th house. Here, the Jupiter should aspect Saturn, either from Leo or from Sagittarius, somewhere. And from Kendras to Saturn, there should be benefic planets. And at least the depositor Mars should be with strength. So there is a lot of rules, sub-rules, exceptions. You just cannot go read one-liner and try to do things. It sometimes can become tricky. Okay, it can be tricky to look at Parivartana Yogas. Go check out Indira Gandhi's chart. 3 Parivartana Yogas I mentioned. That's what gave her rise and power. She didn't have, even though she had Saturn in the Lagna, Saturn was indirect strength. Saturn in Lagna gives you Nishbala. 7th house is directional strength, Lagna is Nishbala. Okay, I will try to paste everything in the header picture when I create it so that you can also read it. Okay, you can read it, you can understand it, take your own notes. I know this is a lot of information, but this is Vedic astrology, guys. I teach series 1, series 2, series 3, 4, 5. And I'm trying to put everything here, breaking it down. All right. I hope this video was helpful. If you like the video, press the like button, share it with your friends and family if relevant and applicable. Of course, do share your comments as well and do follow the channel as well. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you.